Where are we going?
To Acadia.
Yeah, we're going to Acadia.
She's right. We're finally on the road to Acadia, but not without a quick stop along the way to help break up the 6-hour drive. Our home for the next few days would be the Royal Harbor Oceanside KOA holiday. We were lucky enough to have Site 338, a back-in, waterfront, water and electric site. The majority of the sites in this campground are water and electric only. There are some full hookups, but none of the waterfront sites are full hookups. The size of the sites do vary, so it might be worth taking a look and seeing which site you would like. 338 is pretty large, as is 339, but some of the ones up ahead are a little tighter. On your right is Site 358, and ahead of us are more of the oceanfront sites. As we pan around, we'll be looking towards what they call their Stargazer field. These sites are a mix of 30 amp water and electric and 50 amp water, electric, and sewer sites, all of them being pull-throughs. Now we're in Site 129. These are the full hookup patio sites. They're close to the playground, the pavilion, and the on-site cafe. As we pan around, we'll look back into the Stargazer field, and you can get a glimpse of some of the cabins that are available for rent. In addition to the cabins, there are also airstreams that are available to rent, like this one. These are sites 372 and 373. This is a beautiful pair of oceanfront sites. Next we'll head over into 200s, the 50 amp oceanfront sites. This is the Sunset Patio, and you'll see why it's called that in a minute. Now let's talk about amenities. They had a well-stocked store, playground, plenty of these little painted photo boards that Millie loves to put her face through, and even a cafe, ice cream shop, and the bike rentals. But KOA would be complete without one of their gem mining stations. Millie got quite the haul out of this one.
Did you find any?
There's a lot of sand in there. Well, it's gotta
You gotta keep going.
For Millie, I think this was the highlight of the on-site activities, the nightly barrel train rides. She lined up every night we were there to go on them.
Whoa, so fast. Woohoo. Woohoo.
Remember I mentioned the Sunset Patio earlier in the video? Well, here you can see why it's called that. Nearly every night we were here, we were gifted with these gorgeous sunset views. The other thing we should mention is the staff here. They were friendly, knowledgeable, and so helpful. They made it for a great experience. It's time to head into the park, get Millie set up for our junior ranger, and get her national parks passport, which we've been wanting to do for a long time. We had a couple things we really wanted to do on our first day in the park, and one of them being drive to the top of Cadillac Mountain. We were able to get an 11:30 reservation fairly easily, but I will say some of the more desirable time slots, such as sunrise and sunset, book up much earlier. The views from Cadillac Mountain truly are spectacular, and the road's an easy drive. Much wider and less twisty than something like, say, the Mount Washington Auto Road. Once you reach the summit, there's ample places to walk around and take in the views. There's a little gift shop with bathrooms, paths to lead you around. Millie kept on saying she needed to see the whole world and would barely slow down. Down below us, you can see Bar Harbor and one of the cruise ships in port. Heading back down to head off on our next adventure, you get a quick view of Bar Harbor again as you snake your way down the mountain. The other goal for the first day in the park was to bicycle some of the carriage roads. Not knowing how Millie would do on a longer bike ride, we selected the Eagle Lake Loop. It's 5.9 miles, but we ended up doing 6.6 when we took a detour to Bubble Pond to take a picnic. The views of Bubble Pond and Eagle Lake as we bicycled along were beautiful, and we could have easily done the longer Jordan Pond loop with Millie. Next time. The next day we headed up to the Schoodic Peninsula. This is about an hour away from the main section of the park, and we had never been there before. Arguably, it may be prettier than the main section of the park, although much smaller, but also quiet. There's a 6-mile one-way loop road that goes around the peninsula, so you have plenty of time to slow down and take in the views. As you continue along the coastline, you'll come to Rockefeller Hall. This former Navy building now serves as the Rockefeller Welcome Center. It contains educational displays, a gift shop, park information, and it's where Millie completed her Junior Ranger badge. The Navy relocated to the Schoodic Peninsula in 1935, following the closure of the Otter Cliff Station on Mount Desert Island. The base on the Schoodic Peninsula primarily handled radio communication between North America and Europe, doing things such as emergency traffic and weather reports from Newfoundland and Iceland. At the end of the Schoodic Peninsula, you'll find Schoodic Point. This rocky outcropping is a beautiful place to walk around, take in views. We had lunch there. You have a view back of Mount Desert Island and Cadillac Mountain as well. The Schoodic Peninsula, or as it's sometimes called, the quiet side of Acadia, is located about an hour north of the Hull Cove Visitor Center. This is a minimally developed, lower visitation part of the park. The National Park Service also maintains a campground out here, the Schoodic Woods Campground and Ranger Station. If you're looking to get away from the Bar Harbor and Ellsworth hustle and bustle, you should probably check this one out. This turnout's about a mile north of Schoodic Point. We noticed the clear blue water as we were driving along and felt that we should stop and take the opportunity to soak in the granite outcroppings, the rocky beach, and just how clear the water is. After 2 beautiful days in the park, we had planned to make our last full day up here a kind of lazy day. Hang around the campground, go to Atlantic Brewing, get some barbecue and beer, find some seafood, and make it back at the campground. But we got greedy and felt we should do the main park loop road back on Mount Desert Island. That turned out to be quite a mistake. We got a late start due to helping another camper who was having some technical difficulties, and then by the time we got into the park, the lines were extensive. So eventually we did get out and found oysters.
Okay, that's enough.
So, with one more beautiful night, it was time to pack up and start the journey home. But even that was interesting.
Where are we? You remember?
Where?
Are we at a truck stop?
Yeah.
Truck stop.
What day is it?
Today is Monday.
It's my day.
Good job. Memorial Day. So we're at a truck stop, and some guy comes walking up to us and says that he can't deliver these. So we just got 2 giant boxes of chicken wings just because.